morning, everyone, and welcome to Viva Café con Leche. I am Dr. Lori Monaco from Align Yourself, Inc. I am a speaker and a coach specializing in transformation mindfulness practice. I am known as the weight loss doc for my very cool and powerful weight loss program. And I am known as the Badass Buddha, coming to you from, once again, dreary Southern Connecticut. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Badass Buddha. Good morning, mi gente. Buenos dias. Namaste. It is December 1st, 2020, the last month of this year of emotions, right? So let's all do it together. Join me, because it's a beautiful morning. Yeah. Hey, I'm the gladiator guru. I am tone deaf. Music is life. Laughter's my favorite song. So I really don't give a shit. I'm going to sing. And let me tell you something. When I'm singing, I am Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. And I am, Christina Aguilera with them high notes. I'm all of that rolled up into me, who's tone deaf. So you can't tell me nothing. Today's December 1st. It is the first day of the last month of the year 2020. Let's take a moment of silence for that. Let's embrace that, because many of us have learned many new things about ourselves, about the people around us. We've learned to stretch ourselves, to finally go after that hobby we wanted to do. We lost ourselves, we lost jobs and everything, but you know what? You're still here, you're breathing. It is December 1st, the first day of the last month of 2020, and I think that serves for a yay. It's a celebration. So yes, I am your spiritual and creative healing life coach. I am your writer. I am your artist. These are my pieces behind me. I'm indoors today because it's a bit cold.
Mama needs a new pair of shoes, so send some love and money.
I am tired. I've been up all night. My mother's dementia is, as the nurse put it yesterday, accelerating. So she hardly sleeps. She's afraid to walk, and here she is getting up out of bed on her own, which she pretends she can't do. But I'm taking her up, and she's walking around the house. So pray for me. Pray for me that she doesn't
get hurt. This is her on no sleep. She's had no sleep. I've had no sleep either. I have no idea what my problem is, but I just got up at like 3. But Gladiator Guru, look how fabulous she looks with stress and minimal to no sleep. Girl, you got it going on. Look at you.
Thank you. I had no choice but to pop up, as my niece is yelling at her because she took all her blankets off. And for Florida, this is cold. This is like a 30 in Connecticut. That's what it equates to, how cold it feels in your bones here. So I'm up, I'm showered, I did my hair, I pulled it up in a bun, I just took it down, I don't know, I put lip gloss on. I'm tired, but you know what? I'm happy, because why? We are alive. Why are we complaining of lack of sleep? Because we are alive. And pain reminds us that we are alive. So let's embrace December 1st, 2020, mi gente, and make the best of the last month of this year. I can't even stress it. I don't know why I woke up with that shit in my head. Maybe I'm going to become a millionaire this month. I don't know, but let's share the love.
And we could get all the sleep when we're dead anyway, right? We'll get all the sleep we need when we're dead. So shout outs to Tiffany Bryan, first thing in the morning. She says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning, Miss Tiffany. Andrea Santiago is on. Alibet is on. Good morning. And Alibet says, good morning.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, wait, there's more. Michelle is on. She says, good morning, beauties. All right. So this is fabulous. Did you get your watch party started, or are you having trouble?
Of course not. It doesn't. No.
It's like a crapshoot. I don't understand.
I don't know. You know what? But let's all make a pact. To all of those who are on right now. let's make the best of today. It's Tuesday, and you know what? Yesterday was you're still dragging your ass from if you were off Thursday and Friday, or like me that I was in the house without leaving the house since Thursday night. Um, let's just make the best of it, regardless of what's going on in your life. If you need a wake up call, drive and look at a homeless. You don't have it that bad as you think you do. There's not no hole sucking you down. It's not only the cloud following you. So let's get out of that shit and let's just embrace the day and see all the beauty around us. Like my mug that the badass Buddha got me. Every time I look at this mug, I smile. Why? Because black is my favorite color. Go just look at how beautiful. It makes it look so rich. I feel like very royalty with my gladiator guru mug. Go ahead.
Well, and the other thing too is that when we sit there and feel sorry for ourselves or get angry or upset about what's going on in our lives, it just keeps us there. And, any moment that you feel you're going into that space, just think about what you're grateful for. We've been doing a gratitude thing for the past month in a book club that I was doing. And I added the gratitude piece to my daily practice, which I had already done, but I kind of pushed it aside. You kind of get busy, you forget about it. It's not that I'm not grateful every day, but now I've made it more routine once again. And I included my little one on it. So we do, when we go to bed at night, we take our gratitude rock and we talk about what our best thing that happened today. And we say, thank you. And then we say what we're grateful for. And it's like silly things you can be grateful for, like a comfortable bed, a warm house to be sleeping in, a car that starts when you turn the key, and it's your phone, it's not really awful to be thankful for those material things, because if they're a necessary part of your life. I mean, Gladiator Guru and I, we use our computers and we use our phones for our business. So we're really grateful to have these things working, because when they don't work, man, it's really throws a wrench in stuff. So, and it shifts you. Gratitude shifts you. We've talked about that on the show. So it shifts your energy and it makes you more productive when you think about what you're grateful for and you feel it. It's not just about thinking and saying it, but it's also feeling it. Jalivet says you always wear black.
All the time. If anybody knows me, they know that ever since they met me, I'll probably put on a hint of color here and there. But for the most part, I'm 80% black and 20% I'll have a top with color, or I have something mixed with it, or I have jewelry that's a different color. My parents were the same way. They always wore black. I don't know what it is. People are like, oh, that's not good for your pores or whatever. Listen, they say people who wear black all the time is a sign of intelligence, and they're just like cursing. So, hey, I'll wear black and fuck the day. No, but you're absolutely right. For about 2.5 years now, I incorporate, no, more, because I had it painted on my floor. Jolly Bear, I think you remember when you came here for one Thanksgiving, when Eric was still alive, how I painted my art room floor. And as soon as you walked in there, was a huge gratitude symbol. And then on my back porch, I have the gratitude symbol in angel language, which is different from the normal gratitude. And you were at my art show in Norwalk, where one of the big paintings was black and white, and then it had the big red gratitude symbol in it. Yeah. So, and I'm creating one right now that has it. And you're so right, Lori. And for you teaching your 7-year-old gratitude from now, that will serve her as such a great tool and blessing as she gets older and when you're not around. There's so many children being raised entitled and spoiled, or because one parent is missing, you're overindulging in this and you're creating monsters. So I thank you for doing that to your child, for being grateful. My kids are 34 and 30, and they can call me 5 times in one day. And at the beginning of every call and at the end of every call, the first and last thing they say is bendición, which is asking for blessings. And then in a Puerto Rican household, that's disrespectful if you walk in and you don't say that. My grandkids say it to me. The other day, Tiffany, they've always heard Tiffany and Henny say it to me. But something happened the other day, and my granddaughter's like, am I supposed to say that to my parents too? And I said, yeah, and it's your mother's fault for not teaching you that. And I told them to teach you that. She goes, oh, well, I thought I was supposed to say it to you and older people. I was like, see, what's that TikTok thing? What I learned today years old or something like that.
But oh, I didn't see that one.
So every day is a learning experience. And we must be the sages of the universe. We women, the breeders of life, the power of pussy, must walk with wisdom and scatter it like candy to those coming up, besides us, behind us, and in front of us, right? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm very talkative today. And this is
what happens when she doesn't have any sleep.
And this is only half a cup of coffee I've had today.
All right, so
hey, can I say one little thing? One little thing.
You can talk the whole time if you want.
Let me tell you something.
Drink my coffee.
I'm very, very, very excited. I didn't know if she wanted me to say this, but I'm very excited because I started Lori's Chiral Thin program. First time, totally fucked it up. I wasn't mentally and emotionally prepared. This time, I'm like so gung-ho. Like I dance with myself every night. And I just want to let you know that it's a wonderful program. My body is not swollen. I'm sorry, Lori, but I just want to brag a little bit. I'm not bloated. And normally that's all I
Free advertising.
And I started Saturday at, what was it? 211, because there's no shame in my game. I got wide hips that gives the illusion of a big ass, but it's just an illusion. So what happens? 211.8. And this morning, I've been weighing myself every day. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? I'm 206.2.
And you have to put the points in. That's why we get those digital ones. You got to give yourself the points.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? That's enough gratitude towards Lori for inviting me into this program. Is gratitude towards myself to value my worth and to know that I deserve to be healthy and I deserve to have my fucking white beater tucked in my jeans with the belt. And it just, you know what? So yes, I might crash later. But what happened when you carry yourself in gratitude? I was tired. I was a bit cranky. I jumped in the shower to wash off all that negativity. I put my makeup on. My mom's screaming and yelling for me for no reason. She's calling me every name but my own. Her dead husband's, my sister, anyway. So, and then I came out the shower, and before I drank water or anything, I weighed myself. And you know what? It canceled out the negative vibes that I was feeling, because that was an accomplishment that I'm holding myself accountable to something I committed to. So it's about no one else infiltrating my peace. It's about me producing it. And that's what happened when I got on the scale this morning. So if you're looking to lose weight, anybody, please contact the Badass Buddha, because this is something that is phenomenal. I'm not, I am. It's not even it's a lifestyle change, and I love it.
Well, it's definitely a shift. It's like it weight loss shifts you, like it transforms you, not just physically, but it ends up transforming you mentally.
And I'm sorry.
We had another girl. We had 2 people on the Wednesday night group. They just started a new course of it because they had to lose a lot of weight, and one in 6 weeks lost 27 pounds, and one in 6 weeks lost 22 pounds. So that's fantastic. And you're not starving, which is great, and you're not taking stuff that you have to keep buying from a place. So anyway, yes. So thank you for the plug. I appreciate that. Most people don't start thinking about the weight loss until New Year's Day. But I have some specials going on. It saves you $100, which is substantial. So go on to my Facebook, Dr. Lori Monaco, and check it out, or Instagram at Align Yourself Inc. So enough advertising for me.
No, it's not. It's not. And that you're a small business. That's what I was just going to get at. You're a small business. And what happens is we cancel ourselves out when we're doing everything else. And Lori is a small business. I'm a small business. The person that'll be coming on at the latter part of the show is a small business. And to piggyback on what you just said, Lori, remember we have videos out, and Lori wrote something up. We want to display small businesses starting today, every Tuesday and Thursday on our show. Come on to Zoom. We'll give you the instructions. name, your business, how to contact you to purchase your stuff, and display some of your stuff for us. I believe it's 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
You have.
Yep.
And do it. We're not asking for anything in return. We are in the spirit of giving beginning this December 1st. So let's just, you know what? Come on, use us as your platform. We want to be open to all of you and everything that you do.
But you have to contact us though. So we have to give you the link stuff. And in addition to that, so you have basically 8 opportunities up until the end of the year. And why stop right before Christmas? We are broadcasting Christmas Eve morning and New Year's Eve morning, so you can keep advertising. But the other thing too is that if you send us your information in our Facebook Messenger, or even on our email, vivacafeconleche2 and the number 2 at gmail.com, you can send us your information, your name, the name of your business, what you sell, and whatever specials you have going on. But we also want you to include a picture of something like the advertisement. We can't do that for you because it's very time consuming. But if you supply that to us, we will post it for you on all of our stuff. So we'll put it on Instagram, we'll put it on Facebook, and it's just one more outlet. So, but it's up to you to send us that stuff. So that's, we just definitely wanted to offer that up to you. And for the postings, we could get as many people as possible. So just send us the stuff. We will post it. Okay. We have lots of days up until we get to Christmas. So start sending that stuff now.
No, I didn't notice you in your little tanky top in Connecticut in the winter, and you look fantastic. Look at how little your shoulders look.
I know.
Stand up. Show us your 30 plus weight loss. Look at that. That's how much you've lost since June?
Yeah, and I have like a belly. Like I'm definitely, I mean, I'm not where I want to be exactly. I still have like 10 more pounds to go, but I haven't been this flat. My belly has not been that flat in 20 years. So
I'm going to know how to act. That's why we say God keeps me fat to keep me humble. But
you're going to create a whole new thing of the humility. So that's it.
Yes. Right. Wait, real quick. Tiffany Bryan says attitude of gratitude. Jalibet agrees with you. She says she runs her business on her phone. A phone is a must. She said, wow, yep, she's right. I don't know what she's talking about. I guess my black wearing. Lillian says, good morning. Buenos dias, Lillian. Jalibet says she's proud of me. Jalibet puts videos of her working out. I'm not there yet, girl. Francia says, good morning, my sister Janet.
Francia. Yep, I saw Janet.
Good morning. Janet. Happy December. Yes. And Chanel, good morning, beautiful ladies. Good morning, Chanel. Okay, here is a very important topic we're going to talk about. And the Badass Buddha is going to start us off after our intentions and mantra. And let's please input your comments, because this is a very important subject that is, I guess it's touched every one of our lives.
Yeah, and this is part 1. So we're going to have part 2 with Laura Toriano with her psychological background. So we're going to, and that'll be a very interesting conversation to get some tips on how to deal with these types of people. So today's intention is, I believe in the universe. Oh, no, that's yours.
Don't be reading my shit now.
You're doing intention today. I'm doing mantra. Go ahead.
It says, I believe in the universe, for the universe resides in me. Again, I believe in the universe, God, Allah, whomever, because the universe resides in me. Go ahead.
Perfect. I just wanted to make sure it was my turn.
Yes.
The mantra is very simple, especially with the conversation that we're having today. I love me. That's what your mantra is today.
Say it again.
Say that all day long. I love me.
Now say it again with feeling. I love me.
I love me.
Yes. I love that.
And it's not an arrogant statement, and it's not being self-centered. It is taking charge and having self-love. Because we are going to talk about people that love themselves too much, and as a result, they hurt everybody around them. So our conversation today is on narcissists. This is a really, really popular topic. If you go onto, if you just Google narcissists, you will find all kinds of stuff. One of my favorite YouTube personalities that I follow, her name is Dr. Ramani. She is a PhD in psychology, and she specializes, and that's all she talks about. And she has an unbelievable amount of followers. Her videos get an unbelievable amount of views because it is such a big topic, because we're surrounded by narcissists. There's a lot of people that are narcissists that don't even know they're narcissists. And she breaks it down to levels that you can understand. So I highly, highly recommend, if you think, after this conversation especially, if you think that you are surrounded by narcissists, or if you're in a narcissistic relationship, start viewing her stuff, because it's very enlightening. And she puts videos out like twice a week, something crazy, and she's very, very cool. Really love her.
Yeah, she was on the red
table. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, okay, so let's get started, shall we? Yeah, look, we're already getting a lot of stuff already. So look, Satya's on. Good morning, Satya.
Good morning.
On. She said, good morning, ladies. Chanel says, what's the lady's name you follow? It's, Dr. Ramani, Ramani, I believe. Mm-hmm. And that's her first name. I actually don't know what her last name is, but that's how she always calls herself, Dr. Ramani. You cannot miss her. She's this fabulous, fabulous. It's funny, I listen to the way she talks, and that's how I talk. She's like eyes are all over the place. That's usually how I talk too. So it's no wonder I resonate with her. But she's so smart. She just, this is all she does. Like, that's all she works with, are narcissists. So she knows her shit. She really does. Frank's on. Good morning, Frank. Janine is on. Janine said, good morning, ladies. And I believe, let's see.
Frankie
said, this is a really hot topic. Oh, Jalivet said that. Yeah, this is it is. It's the topic is so toxic. Absolutely. We're not going to make it toxic. We're there to get you to understand these types of people, because there's so many people out there that still don't understand narcissists. And we are only just touching the surface, because even today's conversation and Thursday, there is so much to know about these types of people. And I highly, highly recommend that you educate yourself. The only way that you can protect yourself from anything is to educate yourself. You know, that's like if somebody said, I want to have a firearm in the house and I want to protect myself if somebody breaks in. You can't just buy a firearm, just put it in the safe and then say, I'm going to protect myself. You're going to shoot yourself by mistake, probably. You know, you have to get trained, you have to practice, you know, so that's an education. It's like anything that you do that you want to be able to be strong in, you have to gain the knowledge and you have to repeat it. And same thing with this. And this one is really important, because these individuals can break you down, and they can actually mess up your whole world if you allow them. And the problem with narcissists, the big problem, is that they have no idea what boundaries are, and they get attracted to people who have trouble with making boundaries, setting boundaries. So narcissists oftentimes collaborate a lot with people who are have very low self-esteem, or are enablers, because they enable the behavior, they allow the behavior all the time. And the narcissist will knock those people down more and more and more. And it's very hard to get yourself back up after being abused by a narcissist. And when we say abuse by these guys, we're not talking generally about physical abuse. In fact, most of them aren't very physical abusers. They are mental and emotional abusers.
Yeah, so, and sometimes people are like, it's easier to be abused physically because you can get over your bruises, as it takes you longer to get over the mental and emotional abuse that really shatters your own self-esteem. So it takes you much longer to get out of it.
Yes, right. So we're going to define narcissism. We're going to talk about the causes of narcissism. What's the difference between a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder and narcissistic tendencies, and what are the different types of narcissists and the characteristics and personality traits. And whatever we don't get to today, we will continue on in Thursday's conversation, and we're going to add Laura's input on this, because she is so very important to the conversation, because she has the psychology background. So I wrote out some notes, and I know that Gladiator Guru wrote out some notes as well. So who wants to go first? Did you write out notes about what they're like?
No, go ahead. You can talk.
Okay.
I wrote a little bit of everything.
Okay. So first off, a narcissist is, by definition, to be diagnosed as somebody with a narcissistic personality disorder, you have to be diagnosed by a psychiatrist or psychologist through what's called the DSM-5, which is their Bible. That's what they, it lists all the characteristics of every mental disorder out there. And then you have to have these certain traits and signs and symptoms over a certain period of time. Most people who are narcissists don't know they're narcissists. They could get it pointed out to them, but they may or may not agree with it. But some of them who are the real hardcore rotten narcissists actually wear the badge very proudly. And so being narcissistic is, so here are the signs and symptoms. It is having an exaggerated sense of self-importance, have a sense of entitlement, and require constant excessive admiration, expect to be recognized as superior even without achievements that warrant it, exaggerate achievements and talents, be preoccupied with fantasies about success, power, brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate, believe they are superior and can only associate with equally special people, monopolize conversations and belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior. And yes, you're going out there going, oh, I know these people. I'm married to these people, or they're in my family. Yes, they're everywhere. They're like zombies. It's like they just come out. Expect special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations, take advantage of others to get what they want. Manipulation is the biggest piece with them. Have an inability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others. Lack of empathy is also a big one. Be envious of others and believe others envy them. Behave in an arrogant or haughty manner. Coming across as conceited, boastful, and pretentious. Insist on having the best of everything, for instance, the best car or office. I'm going to let you jump in and give some input, and then we'll talk about the different types.
Oh my God. Because the majority of us come from chaotic families, we just accept it. Oh, there goes Joe. He's going to come with his bullshit today. So because we get so accustomed growing up with them, that it takes us a long time. So when we start learning about narcissism, we're like, oh my God, that's what this was. And I was always like just avoiding him, not to make him lose it. But you're right. I've come across narcissists that everybody hated them because their skin was lighter than the average person, or because of this and that. And what do you do with that? How did I handle it? I'm like, that's your issue. Handle that shit somewhere else. But it always escalated. But it's like, I don't know. Every time we had this conversation, I learned something. Go ahead, keep talking.
Well, you brought up a good point. So what happens is if we have them as family members, everybody makes excuses for them. They make excuses for their behavior, and they avoid, and I know this, and I don't want to even say we, because I've done this myself. Only recently, like I'd say in the last year, maybe even 6 months, I have made extra effort to really take charge of the narcissists that are around me, because everybody in the family will just ignore the behaviors. They'll make excuses for the behaviors. That's just the way they are. Bullshit. I'm going to tell you that right now, because if you're around a family member or a friend that is fitting these descriptions, you're going to know it, because you feel like crap when you're around them. They bother you. You learn not to say certain things in front of them. You always walk on eggshells. You have to be careful. Don't want to upset them. And it's like, so everybody has to fix their world. They have to adjust themselves for this individual because of these narcissistic qualities. Now, to get diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, you have to fill these characteristics. However, there's plenty of people out there that may not follow suit with every single thing. And there are levels of narcissism. So some people can have some of these. Like I've met plenty of narcissists who are empathetic to a certain level, but overall, it is always about them. It is them first. So they can show some empathy. They've also learned how to show empathy because they know that that's what's socially accepted. So they've learned to breathe out that bullshit, and make people fall into that and believe it. But then in reality, really don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. So at the same time, people with narcissistic personality disorder have trouble handling anything they perceive as criticism. So anything that steps on their story or themselves or undermines them, this is how they respond. So listen closely because you know you're going to know people like this. They become impatient or angry when they don't receive special treatment, have significant interpersonal problems and easily feel slighted, react with rage or contempt and try to belittle the other person to make themselves appear superior, have difficulty regulating emotions and behavior, experience major problems dealing with stress and adapting to change, feel depressed and moody because they fall short of perfection, have secret feelings of insecurity, shame, vulnerability, and humiliation. One key core thing with people that are narcissists is they're actually quite insecure. It's just that they've learned to cover it up with this ego and this entitlement, and they're always looking to fulfill what's lacking within them. Now, there are different types of narcissists, and there's some that are downright dangerous, like truly, truly dangerous. Like if you are in a relationship with one of them, you need to get the freak out. If you have a family member that's one of them, you need to stay away from them. And sometimes it's so bad that you are the only one that knows this. This is actually one of the things that Dr. Ramani talks about. She talks about what are called the truth tellers. These are the people in the family that have always felt this really odd feeling about this one person. And they voiced it to other family members, and the other families poo-pooed it and said, oh, what are you talking about? This person's great, blah, blah, blah. And they were always looked at as the something was wrong with them. And it was because they felt inside something was not right, and they would try to tell the truth, or they would see the narcissist doing something and they would try to tell other people, but the narcissist had everybody manipulated and the other person ended up looking really bad, and they end up being pushed out as the black sheep of the family when the narcissist is the one that's the really dangerous one. And, you know, sometimes that's the route you have to take. If your family is not willing to understand what's going on, then you have to be the brave one and say, I've had it with that. You know, it's funny. My sister, I had a conversation with my sister, and when I was watching that video on truth tellers, I was listening to this going, oh my God, that's my sister. You know, I became a truth teller much later because as I got older, I learned things, but she was like that all along because we have a family member that's a narcissist, and it was, and this person is pretty, you know, pretty manipulative, and she felt it for years and was always considered the black sheep of the family. When I showed her that video and sent it to her, she started crying, and she's like Gladiator Guru. She's tough as nails. She doesn't really usually cry. And she started crying when she saw it, and she's going, oh my God, that's me. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I felt that too, you know? So go ahead, jump in, Gladiator Guru. You want to add anything to that before we talk about the types?
You touch base on something about how they learn to empathize. I think they learn what makes you feel mushy. It's not that
they're master manipulators.
Yeah, well, they say that they're not intellectual masterminds. They're intellectually lazy. So they'll learn your habits. Instead of learning how not to be this way, they'll rather learn your habits and be like, what are those things? Leeches, and just suck you dry.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
And when you have them, I think the worst part is when, and correct me if I'm wrong, when a narcissist gets their claws into somebody who knows exactly how they've been for years and the damage they've caused. Okay, you following me?
Yeah.
So they know, maybe they never labeled them narcissists, but they know that this person is toxic, and destructive in many ways and very hurtful to the people who love them. But how does a narcissist manipulate someone, a matriarch, mind you, to the point where they get them to do their bidding, even though this person is surrounded by the very people that this person hurt? Like, what is the hold on that? How do you make someone see, why are you entertaining this when you've known the damage that this person has caused?
Oh, I have the answer for that, because again, like, I was so intrigued by this topic because, again, it explains a lot of my life. I have been surrounded by them. I had friends with narcissists. I've been in relationships with narcissists. I have family members, and I say it past tense because, but really not, because narcissists don't get better. They stay that way. So I became really intrigued, and that's why I follow this lady. So it is because they've learned to manipulate to such a level that you don't know what's right or wrong anymore, even when it's right in front of you. And in the moment you start to question it, they start to take your words and they twist it, and they challenge you and they question you, and they know exactly how to get to you. They could get to you through victimization. They could get through to you by bullying, whatever works. And they will use any of it in one shot if they need to. And it's hard to believe, especially when it's a family member, and especially when it's your children that are the narcissist. It's so hard to believe that you think to yourself, how could my child not love me? How could they do this to hurt me? How could they lie to me? That can't be. So they use your own insecurities and your own inability to believe, like, because you want your story to be right. We all do. We want all our stories to be right. So especially with a parent, it's really hard not to be manipulated by your narcissistic child, because you keep saying, there's no way that my kid, they love me. This is my child. I brought them up. Listen, a narcissist is not, they don't behave like normal people. So they could say that they love you, but the person that they love the most is them, period. That's it. And anything that gets in the way of them, having the things that they want for themselves, they will do whatever it takes to manipulate the situation. I have seen it happen with that type of relationship with a parent and a child. And it's brutal to watch. Even when you point it out to the parents over and over again, this, and this, they refuse to see it. They'll even admit to the behaviors, but they just refuse. And the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about narcissists. I hate to say it, and I love my kids dearly, but if my kids were showing this type of behavior, I would have to space myself from them, and I would call them out on the bullshit. And you can either call them out on the bullshit and let them make their own choice, or hope that if they're just narcissistic tendencies, that they'll take a different path. But is that right? Is that what you were talking about? Like, when, especially like on a parent standpoint, where they just allow it?
Parent, or the parent is done with it, but the grandparent is still like, how dare you? Because they say that narcissists are deliberately misrepresenting your thoughts and feelings. Now, I know this personally from somebody I love dearly, where they're constantly telling them, oh, so now you're perfect, so I'm the bad person now. Yeah. But then, because the person is by nature sensitive and very caring, that wounds them. So then they walk away questioning themselves.
Yeah, it's called gaslighting.
Yes, I have something on the gaslighting, where they'll tell you, that didn't happen. You imagined it.
Oh, yes.
You're crazy.
Yes.
So this right here is this is a very important subject for many, but specifically for one person who is on. And the projecting, the unwilling to see through their own shortcomings. So they fight and they blame you, and they fight to take accountability for their actions. So it's always your fault why they're that way. When it's a close narcissist.
Or it's anybody else's fault. It was because of how they were brought up, or because they experienced this, or they do not take accountability for anything. and they will manipulate a situation. If you see this is why this is important conversation, and this is why I highly recommend, or we really recommend if you are connecting with anything that we're talking about, that you know people in your life, if you have close people, educate yourself, go onto YouTube and listen to these videos from Dr. Ramani, because the only way you're going to get out of those relationships is to understand how to go against these people, because they are masters at this. They have had their whole life to manipulate this. You're not born with this. I mean, she'll say that you're not born with it, but some will argue that there is some sort of genetic predisposition, but it is a learned behavior. And it's not that they learned how to be this way. They've been entitled. They've gotten a lot of things that they've wanted, and they have learned to manipulate situations. And as a result, oh, we're on already? Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. What you just hit on is very key. My generation, I think, they felt that because they didn't have, that they're going to have their kid do everything. And I've witnessed to many different people. They don't hit their kids. They don't punish their kids. You know, I don't know what is wrong with society. I survived the chancla, the belt, the broom, even a fucking extension cord. And that didn't make me not love my parents. Guess what it made me do? Not the shit I was doing. And I didn't incorporate that into my training of adulting. So when you fail to discipline your child, when you fail to teach them, you know, politeness and sharing, and just like that, whatever's in the refrigerator is for everybody. Don't you dare put your name on something. And so that, yeah, you're raising a narcissist, because now you taught them how to be entitled. You're teaching them that you are the best thing that I've created, and you deserve the world. And I don't care if I'm broke, but I'm going to buy you that so you don't feel sad. So, you know what? That's something for these new parents coming up. They have to realize, and anybody who knows me knows I've always said this. Always. I believe if your kid does something they shouldn't do, tap that ass and sit them down. If they don't share and they're around a lot of people, and when they go places, they expect people to share with them, but yet when people come to them, they don't want to share their stuff. What I would do, Jalivet, you know it, because my kids were small when we used to go to your house. I'll take the toy away, and if you act up, the toy goes in the garbage, and I dare you to get it out.
That's right.
That's how I taught my kids, because life is going to beat them up when I'm not around, so I had to toughen them up. So, and yeah, my daughter is a spoiled little bitch, but she knows that, and I didn't. And I did. That is nothing I did.
So we're gonna get to Jalivet in a second, because we're gonna showcase her for the small business. But let me just finish reading. Let's talk about the types, because we want you to stew on this for a couple of days, and then come back for Thursday's conversation, and then we're gonna get more into detail on this. Plus, we got started a little bit later. So these are the different types of narcissists. Okay, so I'm gonna go fast. So if you have to listen to the video again, please do so. But these are really important, okay? Because when somebody thinks of a narcissist, there's certain ones that they think of, and then they'll say to themselves, "Oh, but the person that I'm with or my family member's not like that." But because they're like the grandiose or the malignant narcissists, like those type of people, we're arrogant assholes. Yeah, and I think Michelle put it in, we just voted them out of the White House. It's those types are real obvious. However, when we're talking about the other types, though, these are the ones that are really more prevalent, okay? So here we go. So the first one is called the overt narcissist. An overt narcissist is proud of their ability to manipulate and control others. This is one of the damaging ones and most noticeable ones. They exploit people for personal gain, and their methods are clear and overt. They do not try to hide their methods of manipulation or methods of deception, scandal, or chase for power. So they'll tell you like it is. So they're pretty open about it. So if you allow yourself to be manipulated by that, that is on you, because they're pretty open about it. You see this a lot with people who have a lot of money, and I'm not saying people with money have this type of, I'm saying people who have like a lot of success, sometimes people who are very famous, where they just have this, they want the way they want it, and they're very open about, well, I'm famous, you know, I have a lot of money. They'll make statements like that. But here are the more common ones and the ones you want to watch out for. The covert narcissists are not as open or direct about their means of manipulation. They tend to use the following methods to get what they want from others: passive aggression, guilt tripping, emotional manipulation. For example, a covert narcissist may manipulate their partners. They put them down and deprive them of their emotional and physical needs until they get what they want. Once they do, the narcissist shows affection and other rewards to gain control over their partner. They will sometimes like manipulate you, and then when you give them what they want, they'll give you just a little bit of what you want, and then you'll be like picking up scraps, so excited that they gave you what you wanted, and then that's the piece that you remember that they did for you. And so that becomes the focus. Oh, well, they did this for me. Okay, but you did all that for them, and they threw you just this little piece of bone. Covert narcissists may seem charming. They can use their charm and means of seduction to manipulate others. They fool others into thinking the way they want them to think. They know how to use their manipulation behavior so it is not detected. Because of this, it can be challenging to spot a covert narcissist. Signs and symptoms. Wrong thing. All right, classic narcissists. Classic narcissists thrive off of praise and admiration of others, even if the sentiment is imagined. They crave being and value. They crave being and value being the center of attention. Classic narcissists believe they are special and more valuable than others. Their pompous attitude can be off-putting to the people around them. Classic narcissists are those who fit the mold of narcissistic personality disorder. So this is the one that most people know of. Following are symptoms of this: extreme sense of self-importance, inflated ego, thoughts of fantasies of power, success. I read this before. Extreme arrogance or pompous, inability to empathize. Vulnerable narcissists seek attention by seeking pity from others. They will often guilt trip the people in their lives to bend with what they want. They are manipulative. Their ability to manipulate the thoughts, feelings, and actions of others is an ego trip for them. Their behavior tends to be subtle, so it can be difficult to spot the signs. Vulnerable narcissists are considered to be covert. Their symptoms lie in their subtle manipulative behavior. Their sense of self-worth relies heavily on the attention they get from others. Victim narcissists, this is what they do. They will say things like, they will say how bad their life is. They will say how much they've struggled, that they've been through so much, and the people around them will feel so bad for them. And they will be showing that they're getting their life together and that they have, this, and people will be supportive and, oh, I'm going to support you, I'm going to help you. And little by little, they will get the support of other people because people will feel bad for them. So they will get the person's money. They will get to live in the person's house. They will get things given to them for free because they will play that victim role, that they had such a hard life, but this is what they've learned and this is what they're going to do, but they never fully do anything. Then there's the malignant narcissists. This is probably one of the more well-known ones. They're exploitive of others and very manipulative, considered sociopaths, and are incapable of empathizing at all. These guys have zero empathy. They really don't care. They really don't. They'll just brush it off and walk away. Malignant narcissists manipulate and exploit their friends, family, and peers for personal gain. They will rob you, they will steal from you, and they will walk away like nothing happened. And then they will call you up as if nothing happened. And the individual on the other line, this is the part that kills me because I see this in my family, will act like nothing happened, like the person did nothing to them, even though they stole thousands of dollars from them. So this is real, and this is the part that gets me. So speaking what we were talking about before, Margie, was like that's the part that gets me, is when they just let it happen. They just keep letting it happen. Malignant narcissists lack conscience. They rarely feel guilt or remorse for their actions or how they affect others. Instead, malignant narcissists are fueled by the feeling of having control over people. They enjoy causing pain to the people around them. They enjoy watching people struggle and feel oppressed. They enjoy seeing others suffer. And then the last one is something called, actually there's two more. Cerebral narcissists believe they are superior intelligence. They believe they are smarter than others, and they enjoy displaying this intelligence. They will often do so by debating, arguing, and contradicting people. Cerebral narcissists try to impress the people around them with their academic and career success. Cerebral narcissists use knowledge and success to inflate their ego and believe most are intellectually below them. They spend most of their time building their intelligence. Anyone who does not meet their level is considered inferior to them. And the last one, somatic narcissists find their value in their looks. They find value in material possessions and looks, want others to envy or be dazzled by their beauty. An extravagant lifestyle. They strive to be head turners and to steal the spotlight when they enter a room. They will spend a great deal of time and money on perfecting their looks. So that is, so we left the last few minutes. We're going to showcase Jalivet. But before we do, Gladiator Guru, I was talking a lot. I know you took care of some things, but anything you want to add before we get to Jalivet?
No, we touch base. I just want people to, if today's show touched anything and you're like, oh, is this what somebody is? Do your research. I think when you research on a topic that might be close to home, you're empowering yourself. You're putting that shield of protection, that armor of God on every morning when you get up. And this way you can face the challenges that come your way and be the David to those freaking Goliaths that are coming at you.
Yes.
And do it with pizzazz, do it with sass, or punch them in the face. However you got to do it to, even though they're family, it's a negative energy. Start disassociating, start separating yourself from them, because it's not healthy for your spirit.
No.
Your mind is chaotic already. And it's just, you know what? It's like you said, Jolly, it's toxic. So yes, so part 2 is Thursday, and I can't wait because there's a lot of information on that. And thank you, Lori, because you hit every spot that was supposed to be hitting.
And they will suck you dry. That's why this is a really important conversation. They will waste you and have no problem walking away, leaving you broken and broke. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. And it is up to you to be, stronger and get past it. But some of it means that you might have to even go to therapy yourself. You might have to go to a coach. You might have to just learn all of this, get help from other people, because it's not an easy comeback, especially if you've had years of this type of abuse. You don't even know who you are anymore. But I will promise you this, because I've had this happen to me, is that once you decide to choose yourself, that's why loving you is the key thing here, is that the mantra, I love me. Once you do, and you start rediscovering yourself, it is an amazing, amazing feeling. And it's wonderful. It's joyful. And then after that, you're like, oh, you got this radar on that you spot these people and you keep them the hell away from you. And it's not easy, but it's possible. So
you remember what I said in the beginning, Johnny, then you're on after this. And that's the problem with coming on our show, because we talk about that. But it's what I said in the beginning is, what's it that you just said, Lori?
I love me.
How you are your universe,
Oh, yes.
And the same way you go out there and you wait to see the sun rising and the clouds forming, because Florida has beautiful cloud formation, then that's what you should expect in your life with the people you surround yourself with. Yes. So just make that a point to say, I don't want to live this anymore. I don't care if it's my father, my brother, my lover, my son. It's not acceptable.
Right.
You were born alone with your own destiny and your own purpose. And the people you meet along the way, they're people you meet along the way. It's like the 4 seasons. You have winter, spring, summer, fall. You're going to enjoy them all. I mean, you're going to stay stuck in one, right? So keep it flowing. Okay, on to our first December 2020 small business brilliant here on Viva. Go ahead, Charlie.
You have 5 minutes, Charlie. So sorry about that, but yeah, 5 minutes. So
no, it's
make
okay.
It happen.
But before I begin, I have to say this topic is very, very, we can continue talking about this topic.
Yes.
Because it is very touchy. Because I could definitely talk about this topic myself, because I've been through it myself. So
yes,
we'll have to continue this topic on part 2.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I have to thank you very much for letting me jump on here. And I love you guys. Your topics are amazing. And thank you for having me. So my small business is Jaliza Creation. I actually named it after my girls. I combined both of their names together and made it into one. My business is I create tumblers. So this is my very first tumbler that I did. It is a Wonder Woman tumbler. The reason I went with this first tumbler is I'm a lupus warrior. And as a Wonder Woman, as all of us women, we are warriors. And so I created this Wonder Woman. It's my favorite. It's my top seller because we are Wonder Woman. So I create tumblers of any kind. So those are, I also do mugs. This one is café con leche, kind of like your Viva con leche. And I also do t-shirts. I created this one. It says Faith. I love leopards. So it's just a little bit of everything. So it is my small business. I no longer work because of my condition. So I had to do a little something and created.
Girl, you're working.
What? But wait, what else? Where's the dominoes?
Oh gosh, my dominoes. I didn't break the dominoes. I no longer do the dominoes because my arthritis has gotten worse. So I can't do those anymore, but those were very beautiful. So I didn't want to promote those. So I am located in the Orlando area. I'm in Altamont Springs. I am on Facebook under Jaliza Creation, and I am also on Instagram under Jaliza Creation. My contact information is on there. You can always message me, private message me. I do have a private group as well under Jaliza Creation, and you can always contact me under my personal name, Jalivette Rivera.
Can you hold up a tumbler and the mug and the t-shirt and just like give us a price? Like what would that be?
So this tumbler, this is a 20 ounce. It is a hot and cold tumbler, and this price here is $50. I do charge shipping. It's about $10 shipping. So, and the mugs are about $18. So it really depends on the detail because some of these have a lot of details, but it's around $40, $50 for the tumblers.
Okay. That's a great price because, you know, I love Wonder Woman. You got to do my Power of Pussy one. But I just want to show people, this is one of her creations. This is my book. This is my book, and Magically Orgasmic, Gladiator Guru.
I love that tumbler.
Yes.
I do too. And the sparkles.
Yeah.
Like
Lori loves glitter. And
yeah.
So aside from black, green is my next go-to color. And so these are little pieces of my book, little quotes I wrote. And one of the main things I love, she put a main poem, I Forgot to Forget. And I choose to be a woman of strength. Like you put and this one. And this one. Keep moving, mi gente. No matter what you're going through, keep moving. So yes, so that's brilliant, mi gente. If you want to do a special gift to someone, reach out to Jaliza Creations. On Facebook, it's Jaliza Creations. On Instagram, Jaliza Creations. Or her info is there. And send that special someone a very touching thing. I sent her this stuff and she created this magic for me. Reach out to her and see what she can do for you.
Absolutely.
And are yours all custom, or can you have stock, but then you also do custom? Or is it always custom?
No, I customize everything. You throw anything at me and I will create it for you.
Okay. All
yes.
Right. But they could buy, like, if somebody liked the Wonder Woman one.
Yeah, like if you want this Wonder Woman, I will create it for you.
Okay. So it's, in other words, it's because each one is personally created by hand.
Yes.
So that's the other thing that you have to remember, that these are not mass produced. She's making each one by hand.
Correct.
So that makes it even more special.
Correct. Yes.
What's the turnover? So how long, like if somebody put the order into you, how long would it take for them to get that? Especially because we're coming towards the holidays. What's the wait time, you think?
So the holidays, woof, we're getting really close because these do take about a week to 2 weeks. So right now I have quite a few orders. I'm getting really close to like stopping my orders right now. So
and your tumblers, what about your coffee mugs?
The coffee mugs, those are pretty quick. I would say about a week or two. I can get those close to Christmas. So I'm good with those. But the tumblers, it does take time because this is made out of epoxy. So it has a drying time and it takes time for it to dry and sit.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, great. I love it. I love your t-shirt too. So that's
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm so excited you were our first one.
Thank you. I am so excited too.
We were going to have two, but this, Lori's like, I don't know, narcissist, and that is something that, you know, and I
That's
said,
a
you're
big
right.
topic.
Yeah, so we have a jewelry person on Thursday. So I'm so happy that you got to come on, notify us if you need to give an update on something. We'll have you on again, and let's make magic happen. This last month of the year, mi gente. Let's make this holiday super special. It's the end of the year. We're still here. You know, we're still kicking it, wearing our masks, doing everything we're supposed to, and we're living. So let's make this holiday great, and let's share with the people we love, and let's buy them personalized gifts, because this I take everywhere. It's a conversation piece.
It really is. It really is.
Not that I go many places anywhere. I put myself on hold because my mother's yelling at somebody. She's talking to the ceiling, yelling, having a fight with the ceiling. So that tells you what my day's gonna look like today. So
Send her my love.
So we're going to put Jalivet's information in the comments and the description for this video so that you can, you know, get in touch with her. Remember what she said. So if you think that you want to get a customized mug or tumbler for somebody that you really care about, you got to get the order in very soon. Okay. Yeah. Yes. This week. All right. That's if you want it by Christmas, but don't forget about her, because, you know, just because you don't get it in before Christmas, you can always tell people, hey, listen, I ordered you this very cool thing, but it's not going to get to you until after the holidays. It still is wonderful. I remember my daughter did that. She got this custom made tree of life. I love tree of life, not this one, but something else. She's like, oh my God, I couldn't get it to you in time. And I'm like, I don't care. It's just the fact that you got something specifically made for me. And it did. It came like 2 weeks later, and it was just absolutely fantastic. So,
but that's fine.
Yes,
well, we do have
Three Kings Day.
Yes, a second holiday, which is the Three Kings. So we really have till January 6th.
That's what I was gonna say. It's okay because we have January 6th. We have los Días de los Reyes. So you know what? Get some hay. And even if it's your 80-year-old grandmother, put it under her bed with her gift.
Give that camel the damn hay.
There you go. Every day that you live is a day to gift somebody something.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
that's right.
All right, my lovelies. So thank you, Jalivet, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having
Jaliza Creations. And again, we'll post the information. And so on Thursday, part 2 of our narcissistic conversation with our friend and special guest, Laura Toriano. And that's it from Viva Café con Leche on Tuesday. So remember, all of you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And remember, mi gente, you have a great day. And remember to breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste, everybody.